Ever since I started collecting about a year ago, I've been searching for something really cool. The definitive version of one of my favorite characters, Spooderman. What, you thought this was gonna be a serious review? No, I got a Mafex Spider-Man because it's a cool Spider-Man and the Revel Tech is probably a little too pricey for me. And this looks like classic Spider-Man instead of the Spider-Man tech suit. So yeah, let's get on with the review. Hey everyone, Ryviews here, and welcome to my review of the Mafex The Amazing Spider-Man. Spider-Man, yep, 6-inch figure, 185, classic suit version. This is my second, well technically third, but second Mafex figure, and I'm excited to open this bad boy up. Mostly because, you know, I do like the Marvel Legends Spider-Man, but all the head sculpts feel really weird to me, and this one looks like Spider-Man. This one feels like Spider-Man the most. Now, I do have the Marvel Legends. This was my definitive Marvel Legends classic Spider-Man suit, and it kind of works. It kind of looks more like the new Ultimate Spider-Man, even though it's Tom Holland. But this is McFarlane. This is like classic Spider-Man. 90s Spider-Man has the bright colors. Still not entirely sold on the proportions, but if this pans out, this will be my definitive Spider-Man. I won't need to get any other classic Spider-Mans ever, unless I find them on sale. Looks really good. Weird location for that one. Really good at showing off the figure. It's really good. It's really nice. You see whatever you get with this figure, everything you get. The authentication sticker is right there. That looks a little covered up, maybe? I'm not sure. Maybe it's just a printing error. This, to my knowledge, I got this off of Amazon. Not a bootleg, hopefully. Yeah, he's just crawling on the side. You have your classic and your modern Spider-Man logo. And I guess he just, yeah, and he's whooping. So yeah, let's get him open. As you can see, the box has the Empire State Building, or generic New York City buildings on the inside. You don't really see it with the package in there, but with everything removed, that's a really nice inside of the box. However, you're never really gonna see that, so let's get the package himself. Not the package. Let's get Spider-Man himself. Okay, we got multiple trays. Alright, and a bag. Ah, yes, tape. My favorite thing. Let's just rip that off. Okay, kind of Figma style with the bag. I'll have to cut that open. But first, let's get our first impressions of Spider-Man himself. Wait, that could have gone worse. Here we have him. First impressions. I don't see any QC issues. Paint looks good. Wash looks good. That looks really nice. Okay. Joint test. Okay, he got the good joints. All right. And okay, that moves perfectly. This is okay, let me see the ball joints here. Okay, a little loosey feeling, but you know what? Good. This feels much better than my Mafex Batman. Oh, I'm happy. This might be the best feeling figure I've ever had. Like, every joint feels practically perfect. First impression, this is just incredible. The detail is insane. The paintwork is perfect. The only defect is this little bit right here, which just kind of looks like shading for the belly button. So I think I'm good. I think I got like, no, I don't see any defects. Wow, that is, I mean, okay, there's this, okay, there's also this little bit of red paint chipping here, but you're never gonna see that. That doesn't matter. This is good. Joints feel great. Sculpt. I still wish his arms were a little bit bulkier. That is my only wish. I wish he had a little bit more bulk. But overall, this is like a perfect Spider-Man. Holy cow. I really had to look. There. Black dot, a little bit of blue. Those are, and I guess this little black splotch here, a little too thick. Those are like the only paint defects I can find, but really, okay, sculpting, looks great. They also applied a wash, which looks really nice. I know other companies do it like Jazzwares, but the wash seems to only be on the red, it looks like. I don't see much. No, there is a titch of shading on the blue, but it's basically invisible. There is absolutely a wash on the red, however, which is where you get that little splotch. But overall, this looks good. This looks premium. This feels comic booky. Now, this is in fact shiny, but the blue is a much more matte finish as far as I can tell. And the eyes look, yeah, that's good. Yeah, this is awesome. Now, that's not something you see every day. A little bit of the lubricant they used is still visible. That is kind of interesting. So this is the alternate head. Let's see if I can tab this guy in. Obviously, that is a small but tight ball joint. Geez. And here's his alternate head. That was a tight ball joint. A little scary, honestly. You can see that is a loose ball joint, not on the head itself, but in the bottom of the neck here, because you have a ball joint, then a ball joint, but ball joint, double joint. But yeah, that is the alternate head. As you can see, it's slightly more squinty eyes compared to the open eyes. I wish it was more squinted, so it's like angrier, but overall, that is a very nice alternate head. Once again, the paint on the eyes looks really, really solid. They have the same like joint covering on the mask down there, which looks a little awkward, but overall I think works. They do the same thing on this side of the legs. The only bit I don't like is that you can see the pin for the toes, but that's okay. It's good. It's really good. But yeah, that peg is really tight, so I might just shave that down a bit, sand it down, so that it's a little less scary when I swap the head. The only other thing I want to mention before I go on to accessories is that the wash on the hands is super, super strong. Like, dang, I think they overdid it on the hands. It's not that bad. I mean, nothing about this figure so far is bad, but it makes the hands look super dark. In comparison to the rest of his body, which is fine. You know, you have shadow between your knuckles when you close your hand, that's fine. But then you have like the bright normal red joint piece, and it just stands out a lot just because they have so much of a wash that it kind of looks like an almost completely different color. It's not a different color, same color, but it does look a bit. If you're curious, this is what the authentication little piece of paper looks like. So there we go. This is not a bootleg. This is a genuine Mafex product. And here we have something else I'm excited for. More webs. Look at all of these. Are they on bendy what? Damn. Note to self. Some parts of these are bendy, other parts are not. The rest of this is bendy? Why wasn't that bit? What the heck? Oh, and that tray has an extra stand bit to go with, well, the stand. And this is everything he comes with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of extra hands, an extra pair of shoes, an extra head, stand parts, web accessories, which are all really good, except for the one that snapped immediately compared to the other ones that are flexible. What the? I don't know how that broke still. These are just great. Each of them have their own little hand tray, and they don't have quite the same wash problem, I don't think, as the main hands. But they are still, you know, pretty heavily washed. I mean, the Thwip hands look nice, but I wish they weren't as curved. I mean, I'm more used to, like, it looking more straight. I don't know, maybe it's just a packaging thing. No, this looks like it's intentional. I don't know. I do like it, but I wish it was more straight and more dynamic, but instead it's a little more curvy and kind of like flimsy looking. And then we have our holding hands, obviously, and while I like they're on their each little tray, I do wish we had an actual hand tree instead. And then of course we have the magnetic hands and feet, which I will show later. And of course we have a holding web, two of this long web and 2 of this shorter web. Starting off with the articulation, we have a dumbbell joint and a ball joint at the head and neck, giving a whole lot of range of articulation. You can pretty much place him wherever you want his head to be, and that means that it also has that Mafex little crooked dumbbell joint, as you saw earlier. Shoulders are moving in a butterfly ball socket as it feels up, down, in, cross. Shoulders raise up that much. swivel at the bicep, double jointed elbow can go in that far, and of course raise out, and then you have a you have a swivel hinge peg at the wrist, allowing for good articulation of the hands. Obviously, back that far and all around. You can do way more than a T-pose, really solid, and obviously go all the way around. Torso is on a ball joint, and it can go side that much, back that much just on that one ball joint, and forward that much just on that one ball joint. And then putting in the lower waist, and you can crunch forward that far, go back that far, and unfortunately, while it is a slightly flexible plastic, it's not as flexible as I would have liked for the little waist diaper. Side, basically can go turn around this much and turn around this much. Actually, I think you can do a full 360. Really nice, really smooth, really solid. And now moving to leg, we have drop down hips. Pretty nice. It doesn't look too gappy when you drop it down, but obviously you're going to drop it down for that kick. So without the drop down, that is the kick. Using the drop down, that is the kick. Pretty nice. And then of course, double jointed knees. I wish it moved a little further. It's not as great as I would have liked, but it's not bad either. It's still really solid. Then of course, you do have a thigh swivel, and of course, ball joint right in there. No lower calf swivel, but you do, which I like, get an ankle swivel, hinge, pivot, everything you would ever want a joint at there to do, you can. Toe hinge, really nice. Wish it was a little more solid. I don't know if you'll get too much use out of that toe joint because it's not as solid as I would have liked, but yes, that is the articulation for this epic Mafex Spider-Man! Oh, and legs can move back that far. Not bad. Oh, and splits. Not as, even with the drop down hips, it's not as good as I would have liked. It's really good. It's almost there, but it's no Jada Toys. He does in fact have a bulge, but also a crevice there? What? Overall, his articulation feels great and solid, and you can pretty much put him in whatever pose you want to put him in. He just looks great in pretty much every way. And the magnets hold him pretty well. I only have like 3 in use holding into the thing, but it is a little shaky, so I recommend using all of the magnets when attaching him to a surface. Yeah, this looks great. It honestly makes me wish that Superman would have magnetic hands too, so that you can have him lifting a magnetic object, even though it's really just him hanging from the ceiling. But yeah, look at him. He's swinging. That's cool. Size comparison time. Here he is next to the Jada Toys Ryu and Bandai Tamashii Nation's Full Armor Gundam, Marvel Legends New Red and Blue Suit, and Marvel Legends Symbiote Spider-Man, SH Figuarts Deku, and Figma Mio. And finally, Mafex Batman and SH Figuarts Gear Ranger Red. Overall, pretty good sized figure. And he looks fantastic next to this Mafex Batman. Honestly, Batman and Spider-Man are an underrated duo that I just wish interacted more in, crossovers and stuff. Spider swing, does whatever a spider thing does. Overall, if you want a Spider-Man that combines great looks with great articulation and will also break your bank, then yeah, the Mafex Spider-Man is the definitive Spider-Man. And now my favorite part of the review, the posing.